honey yard, dash, got it on, smash. Copy, end zone, watch. One, they do what they can, got it on, smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, honey yard, dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call us up making the name.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Here we go. 180. 13. 13. There's the part now. Watch the ship. Watch the head.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. He's got a first down and more past the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a play fake here on first down. That'll be complete to Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. Garoppolo looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll try the left side. Moss. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
21.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now it's Stafford. He's going to go for a big play down. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jakeem Grant, 71 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, his 2nd sack of the night. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game, and
pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Trey Hendrickson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now it's the backup Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jakeem Grant, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards to gain there on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. 53, Mike.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. And this is Cook with a grab. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
53 is mine. I'm coming. Let's go.
On first down, Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Here we go.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
13. Hey, Alpha. 53, Mike. That's right.
Garoppolo again. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. There he goes left side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Elliott good with a PAT. And a route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right? I'm sorry about that. Normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 26. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
21. 21.
Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 50 yards.
Come on, set. 50, play. Mike, number 53. Mike, 50. Go.
Play action. It's Tannehill. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Here we go.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Nate Gary, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Give him 9 yards on the carry there, a good run. And now 2nd and goal.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45, out of bounds at the 44. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill looking deep for his tight end. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And brought in by the tight end Cook. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Check, crunch.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
65. Check 4.
At the 16.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now Stafford. And going deep for, and that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Philly. And even 40 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
11.
Now it's Penny. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Check 25. Check 26. 11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. But now it's 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, it's Lewis. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4th.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. From a yard out, and the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And with
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Flush to his right. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, now Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Cook. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. 80! 4 yards on the pickup. Mike, number 53.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and that'll make it 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Throw left side, complete to Moss. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This is caught, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott Good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? There's Garoppolo to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
70, Indy. Hey. Ready?
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Trey Hendrickson, his 2nd sack of the night. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively.
And he's going to go down again. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Tannehill. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford going to throw it. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Number 53, Mike 53. Watch it out.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that?